woman. Next stop, Nothing line.
I opened my eyes to the rhythmic clacking of wheels on steel, the world outside my window a blur of gray morning light and passing pine trees. My neck hurt from leaning against the cold glass, and when I tried to remember how I got here, I found nothing. Just blank space where my memories should be. No name, no face in the mirror of my mind, no destination. Just me, sitting in a faded blue train seat, wearing clothes that felt unfamiliar, and a silver watch on my wrist that read 7:42. The train car was empty except for an old man at the far end, reading a newspaper. I stood up, my legs shaky, and walked toward him. Each step felt uncertain, like my body was remembering how to move. The floor swayed gently beneath my feet. When I reached his row, I cleared my throat. He looked up, his eyes watery behind thick glasses. "Excuse me," I said, my voice sounding strange to my own ears. "Where is this train going?" He studied me for a long moment, then folded his paper. "Nowhere," he said simply. "That's what they call it, the nowhere line." A chill ran down my spine. "What do you mean?" "Means what it says. This train doesn't stop. Not for stations, not for cities, not for nothing." He tapped his finger on the window. "Been riding it for 3 years myself. Some folks get on, some get off, but the train keeps moving." I felt my pockets and found a ticket stub. Car 7, seat 42. No destination printed, just a departure time, 6:30 a.m. I showed it to him. "I don't remember getting on." He nodded like he'd heard this before. "Memory's the first thing to go, then your sense of time, then your name, if you're not careful." He pulled out a leather wallet and showed me his ID. The name had been scratched out with a knife. "I'm careful." The train lurched slightly as it rounded a bend, and I grabbed the seat back for support. Through the windows, I saw we were climbing into mountains now, the trees getting thicker, the sky darker. A sign flashed past too quickly to read. I needed answers, but the old man had already returned to his paper, clearly done talking. I walked back through the cars, each one the same, rows of seats, a few passengers lost in their own worlds, none making eye contact. In the third car, I found a woman knitting a scarf that seemed to have no end, the yarn spooling from a bag that never emptied. In the fifth car, a young guy in a business suit typed on a laptop, but the screen was blank. Nobody spoke. The silence was heavy, broken only by the constant rhythm of the tracks. In the dining car, I discovered a small notebook in my jacket pocket. Flipping it open, I saw my own handwriting, but I didn't recognize it. The first page had an address, 1427 Westmoreland Street, apartment 4B, a date, November 21st, and a note, "Don't trust the conductor." My heart started beating faster. I looked around the dining car. A server stood behind the counter, polishing a coffee mug that never seemed to get clean. He wore a name tag that said, "Conductor's Assistant." "Can I help you?" he asked, his voice flat. I closed the notebook quickly. "Coffee, please." He poured black liquid into a white cup. As he handed it to me, I noticed his wrist. He wore the same silver watch as me, showing the exact same time, 7:42. The second hands weren't moving. "Your watch," I said. "It's broken." He smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. "Time works differently here. You'll learn." I took the coffee and sat at a booth, my mind racing. The notebook felt heavy in my pocket. I pulled it out again and turned to the second page. More of my handwriting. "The emergency brake is in the last car, but pulling it only makes the train go faster." I tried. 3 times. My hands started shaking. I flipped to the third page. "There are cameras in every car except car 9. That's where they keep the records. That's where you'll find your name." I looked up, scanning the corners of the dining car. Sure enough, a small black camera watched from above the doorway. I forced myself to breathe normally, to sip the coffee that tasted like nothing, to act like just another passenger lost in the limbo of this endless ride. The train began to climb more steeply now, the engine straining. Through the windows, I saw we were crossing a high bridge over a deep valley. The view should have been breathtaking, but my reflection in the glass caught my attention. I leaned closer, studying the face that felt like a stranger's. Brown hair, cut short, green eyes, a small scar above my left eyebrow. Who was this person? A sudden jolt shook the train, nearly knocking my coffee from my hands. The lights flickered. The other passengers didn't react. The old man kept reading. The knitter kept knitting. The businessman kept typing at his blank screen. Then I heard it. A sound from above, like footsteps on the roof, heavy, deliberate, moving toward the front of the train. The conductor's assistant looked up at the ceiling, his expression finally showing something. Fear. Storm's coming, he whispered. I didn't know what that meant, but I knew I didn't want to find out. The notebook had mentioned Car 9. Records. My name. I needed to get there before whatever was on the roof reached wherever it was going. I stood up, leaving the coffee untouched, and walked quickly toward the back of the train. The cars seemed longer now, the aisles stretching. I passed through Car 8, where all the seats were empty, covered in plastic sheets. The air felt colder here, my breath visible. The camera in this car had a red light blinking steadily. Car 9 was different. The door had no window. I tried the handle. Locked. I pounded on it, my fist making a dull thud against the metal. Hello? Is anyone in there? Silence. Then a voice muffled. Go away. You don't want to know. Yes, I do, I said, my voice stronger now. I need to know my name. Names are anchors. They weigh you down, keep you on the train forever. The footsteps on the roof were louder now, right above me. Dust fell from the ceiling with each step. I looked around desperately and saw a service panel near the floor, slightly ajar. I pulled it open and crawled through. Inside, Car 9 wasn't a passenger car at all. It was filled with filing cabinets, rows and rows of them, stretching into darkness. Each drawer had a label, dates, numbers, letters, and on a desk in the center, a single computer monitor glowed faintly. I ran to it, my fingers finding the keyboard. The screen showed a search bar. Enter passenger ID. I looked at my ticket stub again. Car 7, seat 42. I typed, 742. The screen flickered. Then words appeared. Passenger designation, unknown. Status, in transit. Memory wipe, complete. Destination, termination. My blood ran cold. Termination. The footsteps above stopped. I heard a hatch opening somewhere in the car. I had seconds. I yanked open the nearest filing cabinet drawer, pulling out the first folder. Inside, photographs. Hundreds of them. All of me. Different ages, different places. A life I couldn't remember living. And on the last photo, a sticky note in my own handwriting. If you're reading this, you forgot again. The only way off is to jump. Bridge in 5 minutes. Car 12. Don't look back. The hatch behind me opened with a metallic clang. I didn't turn around. I just ran, clutching the photo, toward the back of the train, toward Car 12, toward a bridge I could see through the windows, looming ahead in the mist, toward a jump that might kill me or might set me free. The choice was simple, really. Stay on a train to nowhere and lose myself piece by piece, or risk everything on a leap of faith. I chose to jump. Car 12 was the last car, and it was different from the others. No seats, no passengers, just a single door at the very back with a red emergency handle. Through the windows, I could see the bridge approaching, a narrow span of iron and concrete, crossing a deep ravine. The valley below was shrouded in fog, bottomless and terrifying. My hand closed around the emergency handle. The notebook had warned that pulling it made the train go faster, but I had no choice. The footsteps behind me were getting closer, heavy and relentless. I pulled. The train surged forward, the engine screaming. The bridge was right there, filling the windows. I grabbed the door handle and pushed. It opened to a small platform, wind whipping at my clothes, the sound of the tracks deafening. The bridge was beneath us now, the valley a white void below. I looked back into the car and saw a figure emerging from the shadows. Not a person, exactly. More like a silhouette made of static and smoke, wearing a conductor's hat. It moved toward me, and I could feel its presence draining my thoughts, making it hard to remember why I was here, who I was, what I was doing. The photo in my hand. I looked at it one last time. Me, standing in front of a house. The address from the notebook, 1427 Westmoreland Street. A real place. A real life. I had to believe that. I stepped onto the platform and grabbed the railing. The wind tried to tear me away. The train was halfway across the bridge now. The thing in the conductor's hat was at the door, reaching for me. I could feel its fingers in my mind, pulling at my memories like threads from a sweater. I closed my eyes and jumped. The fall lasted forever. The wind screamed past my ears. Then I hit something soft, yielding, and cold. Not ground, water. I plunged into a river at the bottom of the ravine, the impact knocking what little breath I had from my lungs. The current grabbed me immediately, pulling me under, spinning me around. I fought to the surface, gasping. and saw the train disappearing across the bridge above, a black snake slithering into the mountains. I swam for the shore, my arms heavy, my clothes waterlogged. The river deposited me on a rocky bank, and I crawled onto solid ground, coughing up water, my entire body shaking. I lay there for a long time, just breathing, feeling the sun on my face, listening to the sound of real birds in real trees. When I finally sat up, I was on the edge of a small town. A road sign read, Westmoreland Street, 2 miles. I laughed, a sound that turned into a sob. The address from the notebook. My address, maybe. I started walking. The town was small and quiet, the kind of place where everyone knows everyone. I found the house easily, a small blue cottage with a white fence. The number 1427 hung on the mailbox. I stood at the gate, afraid to go further. What if this wasn't my home? What if I was just a ghost haunting someone else's life? A woman came out onto the porch, middle-aged, with kind eyes. She saw me and stopped, her hand flying to her mouth. "Oh my God," she whispered. "You're back." I couldn't speak. She ran down the steps and across the yard, wrapping me in a hug that felt like coming home, even if I couldn't remember why. "We thought we'd lost you," she said, pulling back to look at my face. 3 months. You've been gone 3 months. The police, the searches. Who am I asked, the words barely a whisper. She stared at me, tears in her eyes. "You don't remember?" I shook my head. She led me inside, sat me at a kitchen table that felt familiar and strange at the same time. She poured coffee, real coffee, that smelled like something, and placed a photo album in front of me. "Your name is Claire," she said softly. "Claire Bennett. You're my daughter. You disappeared on your way to work one morning. Just vanished." I opened the album. Pictures of a life. Me as a child. Me graduating. Me at Christmas. Me with friends I didn't recognize. But it was me. The same face from the train window. The same scar above my eyebrow. "How did you get back?" she asked. "Where were you?" I thought about the train, the notebook, the jump. "I was on a train," I said slowly. "Going nowhere." She looked confused, but I couldn't explain. How do you explain a train that doesn't exist? A conductor that steals memories? A system designed to keep people lost forever? That night, I slept in my own bed, surrounded by things that should have been familiar but weren't. I dreamed of the train, of the other passengers, of the old man with the scratched-out name. In the dream, I walked through the cars, but this time I knew where I was going. I found the old man and handed him a pen. He looked at me, understanding dawning in his watery eyes. When I woke up, the sun was streaming through my window. I went downstairs and found my mother in the kitchen. She handed me a newspaper. "I saved these," she said, "from while you were gone." The articles were about missing persons, dozens of them, all from the same 3-month period. All people who had vanished on their way to work, to school, to the store. All found eventually, wandering, with no memory of where they'd been. But one article caught my eye, a small piece on the back page, dated yesterday. Mysterious train sightings reported in mountain region. Local residents claim to hear engine sounds at night, but no tracks exist in the area. I folded the paper and looked out the window. The world was normal again, ordinary, safe, but in my pocket I still had the silver watch from the train. I pulled it out. It had stopped at 7:42, the second hand frozen mid-tick, a reminder of a place that existed outside of time, outside of memory. I put it in a drawer and closed it. Some stories don't need to be told. Some journeys are meant to be forgotten. But I kept the photo from the filing cabinet, the one of me standing in front of this house. On the back, in my own handwriting, were words I must have written in a moment of clarity. Memory is a choice. Choose to remember who you are. I chose to remember Claire Bennett. I chose to stay in this world, with this mother, with this name. But sometimes, late at night, I still hear the rhythm of wheels on steel, calling me back to a train that never stops, carrying passengers who have forgotten how to get off. And I wonder how many others are still riding, still searching for their names in filing cabinets, still waiting for their moment to jump. The watch stays in the drawer, stopped at 7:42. A reminder that time is precious, that memory is fragile, and that some trains are better missed. I am Claire Bennett. I have a name. I have a home. And I am never getting on that train again.